Hey there, it's Psychic Hunter David. Well, it is Thursday. It is a bit bleak outside and raining, but it's going to clear up. Tomorrow through the rest of the weekend is going to be great, and there's a lot going on. By the way, there's the new Bronte Antique Show out just a little bit west of Oakville. That should be exciting with the Oakville Fall Fair. One of the things that I had spoken to many people about, some people's readings through August were a little bit sort of harsh. They weren't harsh as in that it's not intentional. And one thing people have to recognize is that when you come for a reading, I was listening to Esther Hicks, and I really like Esther. I haven't had the pleasure to meet her yet, but I've been listening to a couple people that I know of and have known of for a long time. And Esther spoke about the fact that, when somebody gives you spiritual messages, like when she channels Abraham, or someone does a reading for you, and the reading doesn't turn out the way you feel it should, harsh acceptance is harsh acceptance. And, I had a few clients that were sort of between this eclipse energy. They were really sort of going through it, yet it was sort of in the background, yet they're going through it. And my ascendant's Leo, 29 degrees, so it is definitely a wake-up call on a lot of levels. And I think the big thing for each and every one of us is just to sort of recognize, okay, wait a minute here. These things are going on, and I need to be able to accept that this may not work out the way I initially thought. But I remember years ago, I think I've mentioned this many times, about an acting coach I had who's, God bless her, probably long gone. Her name was Jacqueline Cowgill, and she was a teacher in Los Angeles with the American Academy, and she also taught at the West Coast Repertory Theater. And Jacqueline was a great gal. She typical Scorp. I mean, she looked like Vivian Lee and all the rest of them. Probably at about my age now then. And, she was a dynamic gal. She worked with Vivian Lee once, actually. But her big thing was you never get out of the boat. So when I do a reading for somebody and somebody says, well, that's not exactly how I wanted things to work, or this is not what I really have to be doing because I really want to do that, and you want to get from A to B, sometimes you got to skip over all of those stones to get across the river. My mother used to say that, remember? And keep that in mind, that sometimes we have to skip across those stones to get to the river. That things may not work exactly as we want, but they will in the end. The big thing for each and every one of us right now is to try to go with the river of life. Rather than stand fighting anymore, the goal is to sort of say, okay, universe, I see myself in a really happy place where there's peace, there's quiet, I really love my life, I'm fulfilled, blah, 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 blah. You'll be shocked and surprised through the coming weeks and months how things will actually organize themselves to go in that direction. Anyway, I'm available. I have openings later today, tomorrow, and I'm around. So give me a call. I wish you guys all the best. Remember, the fall special is on for Thanksgiving. Cheers.